Morning, all of you. I am Mahendra Saini, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacy, Suresh Gyan Vihar University. And today I will discuss about the topic is leprosy and also known as Hansen disease. First of all, discuss about the learning objectives of this topic. First of all, based on the content in this chapter, the reader should be able to like introduction of leprosy, and next one objective is mode of transmission of leprosy. Next one objective is classification of leprosy, and next one objective is symptoms of leprosy, and next one objective is diagnostic test of leprosy, and last one learning objective is classification of drugs used in leprosy. Next one, discuss the learning outcomes of this topic. Learning outcomes of this topic: by the end of the lecture, the student should be able to understand like introduction of leprosy means define the leprosy, and next one is mode of transmission of leprosy and classification of leprosy and symptoms of leprosy, and next one learning outcome is diagnostic test of leprosy, and last one learning outcome is classification of drugs used in the treatment of leprosy. First of all, introduction. Leprosy, also known as Hansen's disease, is a chronic systemic infectious disease. Leprosy is a chronic systemic infectious disease and affecting primarily the peripheral nerves and secondarily the skin and mucous membrane, the eyes, bones, and lymph nodes and viscera. The leprosy is primarily affect the nerves and secondarily the skin, mucous membrane, and the eyes, bones, lymph nodes, and viscera. First of all, leprosy is caused by Mycobacterium lepra and has been considered incurable since as and bear a social stigma. Due to availability of effective anti-leprotic drugs, now it is entirely curable, but deformities, defects already incurred may not recover. Next one, discovered by Gerhard Armeur Hansen in 1873. The leprosy is discovered by Gerhard Armeur Hansen in 1873. Next one, chronic granulomatous infection. Chronic granulomatous infection caused by acid-fast bacteria Mycobacterium lepra. The chronic granulomatous infection caused by acid-fast bacteria Mycobacterium lepra. The responsible for the chronic granulomatous infection of Mycobacterium lepra bacteria. And next one, Mycobacterium lepra can't be grown in culture media. Mycobacterium lepra can't be cultured in media, and in vitro drug release is not possible. In vitro drug sensitivity is not possible. And next one, growth and drug susceptibility are done by injecting inoculate in mouse food pets. The growth and Mycobacterium lepra can't be grown on culture media, and in vitro drug sensitivity is vitro drug sensitivity is not possible with Mycobacterium lepra bacteria. Next one, growth and drug susceptibility are done by injecting inoculate in mouse food pads. Next one, live dormant in macrophage but alive. And next one, transmitted from person to person through nose, skin, and lesions of the infected persons. Transmitted from leprosy. Mycobacterium lepra is from transmitted from one person to another person through nose, skin lesions of the infected persons. Next one, and affect mainly peripheral nervous system and nervous system, skin, and various tissues. The Mycobacterium lepra is primarily affect the mainly peripheral nervous system and nervous system and skin and various tissues. Next one, these are the Mycobacterium lepra is. Next one, bacteria resides in color part of the body. First of all, this is the normal skin layer, and this is the central nervous systems and brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system and peripheral nerves. Next one, mode of infections of Mycobacterium lepra. Mode of infection of leprosy. First of all, leprosy is slow communicable disease. Leprosy is a slow communicable disease, and incubation period is between first exposure and appearance of sign of disease. The leprosy is communicable disease because caused by the communication, and incubation period is between first exposure and appearance of sign of disease. And next one, direct contact. Direct contact means prolonged close contact of susceptible individual to an open case of leprosy and cause damage to skin, nasal secretions, mucous membrane contacts. These are the these are the parameters and invaders of leprosy. Next one, maternal-fetal transmissions, and Mycobacterium lepra is transmission by the fetal route in maternal and maternity. And next one, transmission from milk from mother to infants. Transfer transmission from milk from mother to infants. The Mycobacterium lepra is transfer from milk to milk from mother to infants. Next one, transmission of Mycobacterium lepra via the nasal, oral droplets, and dermal inoculations. Dermal inoculations. These are the transmission of transmission route of Mycobacterium lepra in one person to another person. Next one, armadillo. Armadillo Armadillo is they transmit leprosy. Armadillo is a transmitter of leprosy, and they transmit leprosy, and they act as animal models along with monkey, mice, and rabbit. Armadillo is act as animal model along with monkey, mice, and rabbit. This is the figure of armadillo. Next one, incidence of Mycobacterium leprosy. First of all, at highest risk are First of all, at highest risk are those living in endemic area means hot and moist area and with poor conditions such as inadequate bedding, contaminated water, and insufficient diet or other disease that compromise immune functions. First of all, the Mycobacterium leprae survive in endemic areas means hot and moist area and with poor conditions such as inadequate bedding, contaminated water and insufficient diets and other diseases that compromise immune function. Next one, as to according to According to World Health Organization, India, Brazil, Indonesia, Myanmar, and Nigeria are with the most cases. The most cases are found according to World Health Organization in India, Brazil, Indonesia, Myanmar, and Nigeria are the with the most cases of Mycobacterium lepra. Next one, classification of Mycobacterium, classification of leprosy. Basically, main two types of leprosy. First one is tuberculoid type. Tuberculoid type leprosy is a high resistant leprosy. And next one is lepromatous or low resistant lepromatous leprosy. It is a low resistant leprosy. And next one, case not falling in these two are considered as borderline leprosy. Next one, classification of leprosy. Classification of leprosy. First one, based on the clinical classification, based on the clinical, bacteriologic, and immunologic and histopathologic features, and leprosy is classified into main types. First one type is Pauci bacillary examples. Pauci bacillary examples. Pauci bacillary example means Pauci bacillary example is tuberculoid leprosy. Tuberculoid leprosy with scanty and absent bacilli and skin lesions and loss of sensations in tuberculoid leprosy, in which tuberculoid leprosy skin lesions and show the loss of sensations and cause the loss of sensations and cause skin lesions. And next one type is multibacillary border. Multibacillary border. Borderline with numerous bacilli and numerous skin lesions and loss of sensations can go to. And next one type is multibacillary lepromatous leprosy. Multibacillary lepromatous leprosy is nodules and plaques, thickened dermis, and loss of sensations, neuronal damage, and nasal congestions, and epistaxis. These are the symptoms of lepromatous leprosy, in which lepromatous leprosy cause nodules and plaques, thickened dermis and loss of sensations and neuronal damage and nasal congestions, epistaxis. Next one, symptoms of leprosy. Symptoms of leprosy. First of all, leprosy attacks the nervous system. First of all, Mycobacterium lepra is attack to the nervous system and particularly the nerves of the hands, feet and face. The primarily Mycobacterium lepra is affect the nerves of the hands, feet, and face. Next one in tuberculoid leprosy. In tuberculoid leprosy, skin in tuberculoid leprosy, skin lesions typically develop in areas of nerve damage and skin become pale, may develop a reddish copper color. In which tuberculoid leprosy skin lesions typically develop the area of nerve damage and skin become pale and reddish copper color. Next one, lepromatous leprosy symptoms like loss of sensation, in which lepromatous leprosy cause the loss of sensation to pink prick or light touch and starts at the fingers and toes and affect a small patches of skin to begin with and but as time passes many skin lesions and nodules develop and organs deformities during the lepromatous leprosy causes the skin lesions and nodules develop and organs development deformities. First one, tuberculoid leprosy. Tuberculoid leprosy, the bacilli are usually absent in slit skin smears, in which tuberculoid leprosy. In which tuberculoid leprosy, the bacilli are usually absent in slight skin smears, and the histopathology. The histopathology shows tuberculoid granulomas and composed of epithelioid cells surrounded by a zone of lymphocytes. Granulomas is a type of cancer. And next one, lepromine test is strongly positive. Lepromine test is used for the identification and detection of the Mycobacterium lepra and lepromine test is strongly positive in Mycobacterium lepra presence. These are the examples of tuberculoid leprosy. First of all, and second one is this is the symptoms of and signs of tuberculoid leprosy. Next one, lepromatous leprosy. Next one is lepromatous leprosy. Cutaneous lesions consist of macules, papules, and infiltrate or nodules lepromas. They are numerous. They are numerous, bilateral, symmetrical, ill, and defined with slimy surface. And the lepromatous leprosy is numerous, bilateral, symmetrical, ill, and ill-defined with shiny surface. And the sites commonly affected are the face. The site commonly affected are the face, arms, and legs and buttocks, but may be anywhere. These are the examples figures of Lepromatous leprosy, in which Lepromatous leprosy shows the skin deformities. Next one, diagnostic test of diagnostic test of leprosy. Diagnostic test of leprosy. First of all, clinical symptoms diagnosis. First of all, clinical symptoms diagnosis, the anesthesia, nerve enlargements, and characteristics, skin lesions. These are the clinical symptoms for leprosy, like by the anesthesia, nerve enlargements, and characteristics, skin lesions. And second one, diagnostic test is slight skin smear. Slight skin smears, in which slight skin smears, gel emulsion, staining of skin smears. And third one, diagnostic test is skin biopsy, in which skin biopsy, first of all, remove the small type of skin sample from the skin for the detection of leprosy bacteria. And next one, now biopsy. And last one, diagnostic test is lepromin test. Next one, clinical symptoms diagnosis. Clinical symptoms diagnosis. Clinical symptoms like shows the skin deformities. And next one, skin smear tests. Next one, skin smear tests, gel Nelson carbon fusion stains, G and CF, J and CF. J and CF means gel Nelson carbon fusion stain. In which skin smear test, the absence of bacteria in smear. Absence of bacteria in smear mean Pauci bacillary. Absence of bacteria in smear means Pauci bacillary. And next one, presence of bacteria in smear means multibacillary. This is the diagnostic test of leprosy, and absence of bacteria in smear means Pauci bacillary, and presence of bacteria in smear means multibacillary. Next one, lepromin test. Next one is lepromin test. It is an immunologic test. Lepromin is an immunologic test and indicative of host resistant to Mycobacterium lepra, and inactivated a sample of inactivated and unable to cause infection, and leprosy causing bacteria is injected. Leprosy causing bacteria is injected just under the skin, usually on the forearms. Next one, for the tuberculoid, the immune system recognized and produced allergic reaction positive, and lepromatous, the immune system does not recognize and negative. Next one, mechanism of nerve damage. Mechanism of nerve damage by the Mycobacterium lepra. First of all, entry through blood vessels. The Mycobacterium lepra. Mycobacterium lepra is entered through blood vessels and cause the nerve damage. And next one, inflammatory response. After entering the Mycobacterium leprae in blood, the inflammatory response means redness of skin, swelling of skin, and itching of skin, and eating sensation of skin. That are the inflammatory response of Mycobacterium lepra. And next one is demyel demyelation demyelination. Demyelinations Demyelination is the mechanism of nerve damage. Next one is outcomes of nerve damage. After nerve damage, what outcomes are possible, like sensory loss and cause the sensory loss and cause the paralysis and cause the deformities. These are the outcomes of nerve damage. Next one, classification of drugs. Classification of drugs are used in the treatment of leprosy. First of all, sulfone derivatives are used in the treatment of leprosy, and sulfone derivative examples like dapsone. Dapsone is a weak bactericidal. Dapsone is a weak bactericidal drugs, and dapsone dapsone is a diamino diphenyl sulfones DDS. Some dapsone is another name is DDS. DDS means diamino diphenyl sulfones, and that simplest, oldest, cheapest, and most active, most commonly used number of its class, and all other sulfones have become obsolete. Next one, MDT, multi-drug tuberculoid leprosy is treated by the DAPCOM, in which multi-drug tuberculoid leprosy is treated by the combination of dapsone plus clofazimine plus rifampicin, because dapsone causes the lepra reactions, and lepra reaction and clofazimine suppress the lepra reactions. So, multi-drug tuberculosis leprosy is treated by the combination of dapsone and clofazimine and rifampicin. Next one, clofazimine is a phenazine derivative. Clofazimine is a phenazine derivative, and next one, rifampicin is an anti-tubercular drugs like rifampicin, ethionamide. That are the anti-tuber drugs, and that are used in the treatment of Mycobacterium lepra. And next one and last one category is antibiotics like ofloxacin, clarithromycin, minocycline. That are the antibiotics are used in the treatment of leprosy. And ofloxacin, moxifloxacin, minocycline, and clarithromycin. That drugs are used in the treatment of leprosy as an antibiotic therapy. Next one. In 1995, World Health Organization distribute multi-drug tuberculoid leprosy drugs for 3 to worldwide patients. And World Leprosy Day journey. World Leprosy Day, January 30 is remembrance of the World Leprosy Day, uh, January 30, and next one is references for this topic. First one reference is Clinical Pharmacy 10th edition 2010 by P. N. Bennett, and next one reference is Clinical Pharmacy and Therapeutics 5th September 2011 by Roger Walker, Vitalacia. And third one reference is pharmacotherapy, pathophysiological approaches, Pro 7th edition. And next one reference is essential of medical pharmacology, KD Tripathi, 5th edition. And next one reference is basic uh, clinical pharmacology by Trump G. Kurtzen, 11th edition. And next one reference is Ragendale Pharmacology 6th edition. And last one reference is Pharmacology and Pharmacotherapeutics R.S. Sotakar 20th edition. Next one, multiple choice questions, MCQs. First one question is leprosy is also known as leprosy is also known as option A is anthrax, option B is Hansen disease, option C is Tyson disease, and option D is Hansen disease. The right answer is B is Hansen disease is also known as leprosy. And next one question, leprosy is caused by which microorganism? Option A is Clostridium perfringens. Option B is Mycobacterium lepra. Option C is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Option D is none of the above. The right answer is B. Mycobacterium lepra is leprosy is caused by the Mycobacterium lepra. Next one question. Aside from humans, what other animals is susceptible to leprosy? Option A, monkey. Option B, armadillo. Option C, both A and B. Option D is none of these. The right answer is both A and B, the right answer. Next one question, which disease is closely related to leprosy? Which disease is closely related to leprosy? Option A, pneumonia. Option B is typhoid fever. Option C is tuberculosis. And option D is none of the above. The right answer is C. Tuberculosis is closely related to the leprosy. Next one question. Which of the following statement is not true for leprosy? Option A, which of the following statement is not true for leprosy? Option A is leprosy can cause blindness. Option B is leprosy is highly contagious. And Option C is leprosy can cause disfigurements, and option D is leprosy can cause numbness in the skin. The right answer is A. Leprosy can cause blindness is not true with leprosy. Next one question. Best temperature for the growth of Mycobacterium lepra. Option A is 50 degrees Celsius. Option B is 39 degrees Celsius. Option C is 32 to 34 degrees Celsius. And option D is 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. The right answer is C, 32 to 34 degrees Celsius for the best temperature for the growth of Mycobacterium lepra. Next one question. Mycobacterium lepra is option A is acid fast, option B is acid slow, option C is both A and B, option D is none of the above. The right answer is A. Mycobacterium lepra is acid fast bacteria. Next one question. Lepromin test is used for option A, classifying on the basis of immune response. Option B is diagnostic test. Option C, both A and B. And option D is none of the above. The right answer is B. Both A and B is right answer. Next one question. The virulence of Mycobacterium lepra depends upon option A, cytoplasm, option B is nucleus, option C is cell wall, and option D is mitochondria. The right answer is the virulence of Mycobacterium lepra depend on the mitochondria. Next one question. What is the average incubation period of Mycobacterium lepra? Option A is 5 years, option B is 6 years, option C is 1 year, and option D is 3 years. The right answer is D, 3 years. Thank you. Thank you all of you for a wonderful session.